LS Fest Drift fans, welcome to Beach Bend Raceway in Bowling Green, Kentucky. The birthplace of the legendary Corvette and the beating heart of the LS community. This weekend, nearly 100,000 fans from across the globe will make their way to Beach Bend Raceway, making LS Fest East one of the biggest gatherings of horsepower anywhere on Earth. This is where tires are sacrificed, engines scream, and smoke fills the sky. This is where precision meets chaos, where the drivers balance on the razor's edge between control and destruction. And make no mistake, this isn't just for show. The Drift Challenge is where the best of the best come back year after year to fight for bragging rights, to battle for pride, and a chance to take that #1 spot. For 3 days straight, this place becomes a motorsports playground. We've got drag racing, autocross, dyno pools, off-road racing, burnout contests, car shows, and all kinds of engine swap madness. Just about every kind of action you could imagine. But here, right now, it's time for the wildest, the loudest, most adrenaline-fueled event of the weekend, the Drift Challenge. The stakes have never been higher, because this is the final stop of the LS Fest Tour in 2025. The biggest stop of the year. From coast to coast, every road leads to Bowling Green, Kentucky. With nearly 100,000 fans bringing the energy, this is the showdown that every drifter dreams of. The moment where legends rise and history is made. So get ready, because the cars are warmed up, the drivers are strapped in, and the fans are louder than ever. You want smoke? You wanted chaos? You wanted all-out drifting mayhem? Well, you've come to the right place. This is LS Fest East. This is the Drift Challenge, and it starts right now. Before we get started, let's go back and recap last year's competition. It came down to Jake Wise and Connor O'Sully. As the battle begins, Connor O'Sully is out front, Jake the Ripper Wise giving chase. As you can see right here, he's applying a lot of pressure in the chase position, but Connor O'Sully is not being phased whatsoever. And as they come out of that first outside zone, they're going to make their first transition into the second outside zone, and Jake the Ripper Wise dives in a little too aggressively in the chase position, causing him to drop back just a little bit and straighten out. Jake able to dive back in the pocket and give a little door tap to Connor O'Sully as they make their way off the course. But after the first run, Connor O'Sully has the advantage. Now it's Connor O'Sully's turn in the chase position. As they make their way down the straight, both drivers initiate. Jake the Ripper Wise doing what he can to put the car in that first outside zone. Connor O'Sully not too far behind. They're coming out of that first outside zone into that first transition. And as you can see right here, Connor O'Sully gets extremely aggressive in the chase position, but he's able to correct it quickly and dive back in the pocket. Both drivers doing an excellent job fighting their way through the competition throughout the day. And now the final transition with Jake the Ripper Wise out front and Connor O'Sully giving chase, and it's going to come down to a judge's decision. And the results were in, crowning Connor O'Sully as the LS Fest East 2024 Drift Challenge champion. After the dust settled, Connor O'Sully taking home first, Jake the Ripper Wise second, and Dirk Stratton third. So now we're all caught up with last year's action. Let's cut down to the track and see who's going to take home the LS Fest East 2025 Drift Challenge Championship.
We got Dirk Stratton going to lead, and Little's going to give chase.
Yeah,
so
Corvette on Corvette.
Yeah, my man Nick Swan's all the way at the end of the track. Can we get a chance? Send it, send it, send it, send it. Louder, send it, send it. Louder, they want to hear you. Send it, send it, send it. All right, we are about to go live 2025. Let's do this. Dirk Stratton out front. Little giving chase. Dirk Stratton, what a heater. Oh, man, he's just going like a rocket ship down the straight. So much better in the dry, I'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah.
Man, look at Dirk Stratton just freaking flying through the course. Full throttle, sideways, give it up for Dirk Stratton and Jake Little as they make their, whoa, look at that. Dirk Stratton completely filling out that first outside zone. I can barely hear myself. Make some noise for Dirk Stratton and Jake Little. Woo!
There you go.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I know.
hear you, man. We got it going. So right off the bat, Dirk Stratton in the lead, doing a great job, pulling a bit of a gap on Jake Little. So, we get replays now. This is great. I mean, you guys may be able to see it, everybody at home. You can pull up the live stream. You can watch this if you got internet service. It's a hot commodity around these cars. But yeah, a great way to kick things off. Dirk Stratton putting on an absolute clinic, pulling a bit of a gap on Jake Little. Jake Little's job is to try and keep up with them. Now, they might be both in Corvettes, very similar horsepower with these. This is where it comes down to that driver's skill. You're trying to find just enough grip in that tire to keep you moving forward, while also still making sure the car can go sideways. So they're not necessarily just looking for full throttle the whole time. You're playing that back and forth, figure out where the grip is. Tires play a massive role in this as well. So different brands, different things are going to make all the difference. Now we swap them around. Jake Little out front. Dirk Stratton's going to be chasing in behind. And there's Dirk Stratton all over the side of Jake Little, making a correction. Dirk Stratton coming really far inside. Now Jake Little able to start to put on the heat, try and pull a bit of a gap, but Dirk Stratton will not be backing down at any point in time. There he is, right in the side, trying to figure out the best way to attack into Jake Little as they come into our third outside zone. There is Dirk Stratton one more time at the last dive, at the last moment, and he comes across the line. Yeah! All right.
I want everybody to lose their voice today. I want everybody to lose their voice. When you go to work over the week and you're like, hey, why do you sound like that? You can say, I was at LS Fest and it was the biggest, baddest event of the year.
Not too bad. Now the judges up here, they're going to come to a conclusion as to which way it's going to end up going and who takes home the win. Gentlemen, what do you guys think? And it looks like judges have a decision. That is going to be Dirk Stratton in that red Corvette getting the win here in top 16. Lead run was just so good. That's what the judges were looking for, and that one is a solid go.
In LS Fest fashion, we just go like a rapid fire machine gun. We got Josh McGuire out. He's going to be leading, and he's going to be leading Brendan Greaves. Brendan Greaves in that green and black BMW as they make their way down the straight. Josh McGuire on full throttle. Brendan Greaves, you can already see him popping fire out from under that bumper as they make their way. Look at Josh McGuire. Wow, what a heater. The way he just attacked that first outside zone. Brendan Greaves is all over him as they make their way through that second outside zone. Josh McGuire, a little correction there. Brandon Greaves right there, step by step. Whoa, give it up for Josh McGuire. Final transition. Brandon Greaves, door to door. I'm going to lose my voice before we get to the finals.
I mean, you were stoked to have a partner on this one, so you wouldn't lose your voice. So a combined 1,650 horsepower between these two cars, 800 and 850 apiece. So an epic battle. But you can already see the Australian in that green BMW popping and banging, trying to basically find all that grip to chase down Josh McGuire, doing a great job in that 1998 Nissan 240 SX, classic drift car, sitting around 100-inch wheelbase. Now he's running around. Brendan Greaves out front of the BMW. See how he gets that change about fading out a little bit to one side, getting that right into that first outside zone, getting falling a little bit shallow, taking a much tighter line, but now Josh McGuire able to start to play a bit of catch-up as they come through this transition to a large second outside zone. Brendan Greaves doing a great job holding that line down, a little bit of left foot brake to hold the zone. Now we come to our final zone. Oh man, we're gonna be able to hold on to it.
Yeah, buddy, that was solid. As they made it, watching the replay here, Brendan Greaves doing a good job. Josh McGuire kind of checking and making a correction in the chase position right off the bat, but able to dive back in the pocket. We want that chase driver to mimic the lead driver. That lead driver's responsibility is to get deep in all those zones. Brendan Greaves right there kind of falling out of the second outside zone. It's kind of spread apart. Looks like a little bit of touch and goes. But look at Josh McGuire diving into the attack. And really hats off to Josh McGuire and Brendan Greaves. Like to see Brendan Greaves a little deeper throughout the zones, but nonetheless, very exciting.
Yeah, and the win is going to go to Josh McGuire in the white 240.
All right, give it up, Josh McGuire.
So now we're already moving on. We try to get through this.
Yeah, we got Brian, which is going to be leading, and we have Jake Clark, which is going to get Jake Clark?
Yep.
Jake Clark.
That's what I got.
That's doing, there was another driver that had a very similar vehicle, so.
That happens. It happens. Yeah, Brian Hoplamazian, that's his full last name. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Prospect driver. I got it nailed now. Yeah, I believe originally out of Philly, drives a lot in New Jersey. That's kind of our East Coast home of drifting, is in New Jersey. Old Bridge Raceway, I mean, if you're into drag racing, used to have the NHRA level there. Now that has turned into drifting. So gives you a bit of an idea. So Brian Hop out front. Jake Clark following in behind. Brian Hopp absolutely on throttle to that first outside zone and crushing it. Look at him dragging the bumper all the way around. Brian Hopp crushing on that first run. Jake Clark following in. So look at the dive into the side of Brian Hopp, making contact. And oh my gosh, Brian Hopp not phased even for a second, going a little bit wide, collecting all those cones. Every cone is going to be taken out while Brian Hopp is on track. Jake Clark now taking the side of the line.
Yeah.
I told you, demo derby, baby. This is how drifting goes.
Are you not entertained?
Exactly. You get caught a little bit on the back foot. You got to make a dive, and sometimes it does not work out for you.
Yeah.
And in this case, for Jake Clark, a little bit of desperation turned into a lot of buffing.
Yeah, as we're watching the instant replay here, you can see a lot of smoke. Brian just on fire, just like a rocket ship, throwing a ton of smoke. Now, I don't know if maybe Jake got lost in the smoke or whatever happened, but man, Brian on fire, absolutely.
He's going to be tough to take down this weekend.
He stole the edge. But anyways, we're getting the second half of this battle. Brian's going to give chase. Jake is out front. They're making their way down the straight. Brian is already all over Jake down the straight, and they both initiate, both drivers side by side. Brian's trying to dive in for the attack. Try to dive in that pocket, mirror image that lead driver, as Jake does a good job completely filling out that first outside zone. Both drivers transitioning into the second outer zone. And wow, I'll tell you what, Jake is really doing a nice job filling up the track from side to side. Both drivers make the final transition. Whoa, Brian diving in for the attack. You can just see the power of that vehicle. Wow.
Yeah, very controlled from Brian Hopp. I mean, that's one of those, you want to be on them. You definitely want to be in as active of a chase you possibly can without over-committing at any point in time. And to me, Brian Hopp did such a good job of being aggressive all the way through without over-committing, without hitting the side of him. And that looks like Brian Hopp will get the win here tonight. So that's a great battle, a great way to kind of move on. And for Jake Clark, don't be surprised if you see him up in the stands. These drivers love nothing more than hanging out and watching drifting, just like the rest of us do.
Yeah, they want to run the boys. Okay.
Up against him, Jonathan Hurst, your current pro Formula Drift driver. This is a very loud car, so be careful with your ears. Because Pop Daddy in that XLR is out in the lead. And let's see how he's able to handle things. That first outside zone, grinding the wall, taking that big country labs wing, swinging it all the way around. And this is where Jonathan Hurst now get into the pops and bangs. He hits that rev limiter. Gigantic V8, twin turbo, doing a great job. And Nick Thomas doing everything he can to try and keep up. There's a dive from Nick Thomas into our last outside zone. And Pop Daddy, Jonathan Hurst, coming across the line.
Wow.
Yeah. So what you got to see there, Jonathan Hurst, pro-level driver, top 32 in America, arguably in the world, right in front of you. Now, if you really like drift, you can also check out Formula Drift for now. Imagine 31 more of that speed of car all going head-to-head over a weekend. Pretty crazy. So he was there all the way.
He was there. He's very shallow in the chase around the first outer zone. So, I mean, if I was a judge, but thankfully I'm not, I would say that Hurst definitely has the advantage because Nick, trying to maintain proximity. You know, some of the things that the drivers can do is dive in, cut the line a little bit, or shave it, as I think my boy Reese said.
Yeah,
I didn't cut it. I just shaved the line.
Shave the line.
I think he cut the line. So, anyways, he cut the line. Nobody's happy. Everybody's looking at where he looks. But here we go. All the way down the straight. Hurst in the chase position. Can he just apply that pressure to Nick Thomas in that lead position? Wow, look at Jonathan Hurst doing a good job. Mirroring, he's inches away as they transition, popping through the smoke. Pop Daddy trying to make his presence felt, trying to put that V8 all in the passenger side window of Nick as they make their final transition. Both drivers side by side. Give it up for Jonathan Hurst and Nick Thomas. Oh my goodness.
Wow, that was close.
That was close.
Nick Thomas almost straightened out up against the wall. So one of the things here, I mean, Jonathan Hurst obviously making an absurd amount of horsepower, a ton of grip with that car. And yeah, I mean, it can be tough because now you're chasing a bit slower of a car. But Jonathan Hurst bringing one of the biggest guns to this fight, and he is taking home the win in this battle. So Nick Thomas not able to move on to Jonathan Hurst in that Cadillac XLR. We will be seeing him move into our
now our next battle up is definitely a crowd favorite.
Yeah, that's
like a Monty bet.
Yeah, Monty bet. I like that. I mean, Taylor Hall always going after those iconic NASCAR liveries, and he's going to be taking the lead here against Evan Shanks. So, Taylor Hall, how's he going to initiate? Getting a big gap already on Shanks. Getting the car all the way up the wall. Evan Shanks getting into the side already. But Taylor Hall being very, very aggressive in the chase on first outside zone. Transitioning into the second. There's Shanks again, pumping through the smoke. And that carbon fiber. He's on 370Z. Oh my gosh. Look at him. All the way over on Taylor Hall. Another dive from Evan Shanks. What is going on here?
Oh my good. Heater battle after heater battle.
Wow.
You can't ask for more.
That is wild.
This is just insane. I'm speechless.
Man, and this just shows you Evan Shanks probably sitting 400 horsepower down from Taylor Hall. And this, once again, it proves you can have all the budget, all the horsepower in the world, but just because you got that does not mean you win in drifting, which is super, super cool. There's almost no other motorsport where you can show up with a car with half the horsepower and still just take down giant after giant. So Evan Shanks now is going to get the lead. Taylor Hall's going to have to quell his pace a little bit, make sure he doesn't just absolutely run through the side of Evan Shanks' car.
Right, because Evan Shanks was so aggressive, did such an amazing chase run. Taylor Hall, the pressure is on him right now. Evan Shanks, as a lead driver, your job is to just fill out all the outer zones, put down a 100-point qualifying run. So you got to get in the zones, nice snappy transitions, depending on the style that you're into. But you want to be locking the angle, nice strong initiation. Taylor Hall, he's got to follow into the fire. Wherever Shanks goes, he goes, and they make their way down the straight. Shanks out front, Hall giving chase. Hall already diving in for the attack early. Is he going to get too aggressive? Look at Shanks. My goodness, you can't get any closer to that first outer zone wall. Both drivers transitioning. Hall trying to apply all that pressure. Evan Shanks got the speed. Hall kind of bobbling a little bit in a chase position. Both drivers, whoa, do it for Dale. Do it for Dale, buddy. Yeah.
Holy cow. On paper, I already heard it one more time. You should never have taught them that.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that on paper, that should never have happened, right? Taylor Hall, a former pro driver in a car with almost twice the horsepower, Evan Shanks, who's, he competes a little bit, but not to this level, and absolutely putting on a complete clinic in that Z. That is wild what he just pulled off there. So it's going to be tough. Judges, they're taking their time with this one, but we're going to see here. And it looks like Taylor Hall is going to take the win in that Monte Carlo Corvette. Connor O'Sullivan, it looks like not able to make it to the line, having some sort of mechanical issue.
Wow.
And this means that Jack Davis is going to get what we call a bye run. So basically, he just got to prove that he can drift around the track. But Connor O'Sullivan, last year's champ, not even able to make it to the line. Something is going on.
Wow.
So that's going to be his weekend.
That's crazy. The suspense is building. Connor O'Sullivan, returning champion from last year, out of competition. That leaves the door open for Jonathan Nairn to taking the title back. But he's going to have to get past drivers like Jack Davis. Jack Davis doing an amazing job, as always, putting down a smoke show, full throttle, loud, popping and banging. Just love the way he just throws that car sideways, and he's always fully committed, taking his foot and mashing that throttle right through the floorboard. Give it up for Jack Davis and a Dukeworks BMW E36.
Not bad. Not front end to get them to steer well. These cars can get up to 75, 80 degrees of steering angle. I've even seen them all the way to 90, but that's part of the trick there.
All right, Jonathan Nairn going down the straight, 2023 champion. He's got to get past Houman Rahimi. Jonathan Nairn almost right on the wall as they make their way through that first outer zone. Houman Rahimi now has to dive in for the attack and pop through the smoke. Look at Houman trying to apply that pressure, dropping back slightly, but Jonathan Nairn on rails, putting that vehicle everywhere it needs to be. Houman diving in a little shallow to try to apply that pressure. And again, Jonathan Nairn putting that car sideways. Give it up for Jonathan Nairn and Houman Rahimi.
Now, if you're in the front row right now, take a bit of a whiff. You're going to get a really fun smell because Jonathan Nairn actually puts a scent into his fuel.
I knew it.
I talked to him about it. He does that on purpose, so it smells like sweet tarts, a bit of cherry and grape mix going on. Now, you might be getting a lot of tire smell as well. That's the X-Comps he's running on those, but I asked him about it. We smelled it in top 32. I'm like, what are you doing? Why does it smell like candy every time you come by? And he did give out his secret. So it is a tactic. The judges will see it. It can be pretty detrimental.
Right.
Because obviously the goal is to just absolutely mirror the lead car. Not easy thing to do with Jonathan Nairn. So now they swap around. Houman Rahimi out front in that Z. Jonathan Nairn's got to be chasing it right on the side of Houman Rahimi. So first outside zone. Houman pretty tight on the inside. Want to see him close to that wall. Now Jonathan Nairn's got to adapt. You can already see the smoke, the exhaust, and the flames coming out from the bottom of Houman Rahimi's car. And look at this, Jonathan Nairn pedaling that car just a little bit. Houman Rahimi back on throttle. There's Jonathan Nairn punching through the smoke. And we're third and final.
Oh no!
The carnage already.
Wow.
Houman Rahimi looping the car out, getting a little bit wild. Houman, what's up, buddy?
He's only human.
He's only human. And that is his real name. Jonathan Nairn get into the side of him. And that is definitely, that to me looked like the incident is going to be deemed at fault for Human Rahibi. I mean, he looped that out. There's no other contact. This is something that the judges need to look into with these is who created the contact. And it looks like it was Human that created the contact. So Jonathan Nairn does move on. He gets the win here. Crazy battle.
Right.
I told you, contact. It's going to happen.
Yeah, Robin's racing.
Yeah.
This is no different.
2,600, maybe 2,800 pounds, just depends. I can't remember what size tire he runs in pro, but your tire size is dictated by your weight for that class. So here we go. Let's see if he's able to keep it up. I mean, already getting that gears banging off, and look at this. Derek Madison absolutely out there. But, I mean, Justin Napier, he's staying in this fight. He is pushing that Monte Carlo to the absolute limit, doing things that was never meant to do. Try and keep up with Derek Madison, who's putting on an absolute clinic. Wow, Madison is on rails all the way through.
Well, you know, I'll tell you, Justin's not going to be hungry tonight. You know why?
Why is that?
Because he just got fed endless appetizers.
He did, yeah. He went to Gapplebee's tonight, that's for sure.
Yep. With side of applesauce.
Oh man, that's tough. I mean, and this is the thing, like that gives you the idea, that shows you a pro level driver how fast they're able to get around the track in comparison to somebody who's a little bit fresher to it. Justin's not new.
Right.
Now what would be interesting is to see him in something a little bit more competitive. What would that look like? But they're going to swap it around, and the hard part with this now is that you're getting a little crazy out there, so we should be ready to rock here in a second. Not seeing our golf carts out there. Nick Swan put him in the ready position. Away we go.
All right, hands up, hands down. Justin out front. Now, right now, D-Mad has to maintain control and not get too aggressive, but he has to apply that pressure, and he looks like he's doing a good job dialing back that horsepower, taming that monster as they make their way through the center section. Justin, nice smooth transition as he makes his way through that second outside zone, but D-Mad just surging forward, putting all those bald eagles right in the passenger seat as he gets ready to transition. Both cars nose to tail as they make their way through that third and final. Whoa! Oh, a little bit of contact, and we love it.
I know, loving it, absolutely loving it. So great run there from both these drivers. Napier did a great job getting around this track. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what he did. Just obviously with the speed, it's going to be a little bit different, and that will be, right there, that's going to be our top 16. We already start moving on to our grade 8. So taking a look here for the judges. And it looks like Derek Madison is going to take home the win. So sorry for the big body boys out there.
Fire and smoke, just these cars just rocketing down the straight. Nick at the line, getting the cars set up. Guys, can we do a little send it, champ? Send it, let's go! Starting the grade 8 as Dirk Stratton out front, rocketing down the straight. McGuire not too far behind. McGuire can take out Dirk Stratton if he just dives in the pocket, but Dirk Stratton, he is on rails, just ripping that Chevy Corvette all around that first outside zone. Both drivers making their way through that second outer zone. Oh, Josh McGuire kind of bobbling in the chase position, dropping back, but diving, whoa, back in the pocket. Dirk Stratton and Josh McGuire. Woo!
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty heads-up battle. It's taking a look at the stats of these cars. It makes a lot of sense. Josh McGuire, 1998 Nissan 240 SX, and that is an 800 horsepower 427 running on Zek Nova tires against Dirk Stratton in the 2009 Chevy Corvette. 800 horsepower Lingenfelter Eliminator spec 454 LS7. So, yeah, great pairing with both these vehicles. Obviously, one pretty much built the LS, the other one now adapted to it. We will swap them around. Josh McGuire will now take the lead, and Dirk Stratton will be in the chase. So, already getting him off the line. Let's see if Josh McGuire can really pair up what we saw with Dirk Stratton. Josh McGuire, good initiation. Dirk Stratton already all over him, getting that angle in. Look at Josh McGuire, though, doing a great job to that first outside zone. And Dirk Stratton doing everything he can to stay into the side of Josh McGuire. Doing a great job. Oh, McGuire pulls a bit of a gap on Dirk Stratton, who now has got to push up, and McGuire going way off course. What is going on here? Oh, no.
Make some noise.
Oh, I think McGuire's bumper got caught under the front wheel and looped him around. Now things got pretty crazy there for McGuire about halfway through that run. There we go. track workers out here.
Yeah, that bumper is really jammed up underneath there.
Crazy.
These guys go through a lot of bumpers, and I can't.
A lot.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even tell you how many. I don't think you could possibly.
Him. And it is, yeah. Dirt Stratton is going to take home the win in that Corvette. So moving on, fans loving it.
Yep. And we are seeing events fill out across the country.
Look at this. We're packed. This is not even standing room. This is crawling room only here. So Brian Hopp out front. Jack Davis in the chase. Brian Hopp. And look at the speed already into our first outside zone. Brian Hopp, can he hang on to it? Oh, he almost puts it into the wall, but not. Pulls out of it at the last second, and there's Jack Davis all over him. Through that transition, Jack Davis right into the side of Brian Hopp. What a transition. Diving through the smoke now. Can they hang on to it? Look at Brian Hopp absolutely on a complete heater to our second outside zone. Jack Davis another dive to our third outside zone. Will they be able to hang on to it across the line? There we go.
Are you not?
That was fire. That dive from Jack Davis. You got to remember, they can't see anything at that point. They're completely buried in smoke, and they just have to trust their instincts that the other driver is going to be in the correct spot. They punch through the smoke, get on the throttle, and hope that what they're looking at is going to be the side of the car and it's not too close.
Yeah, but as you watch the instant replayer, we do see some bobbling from Jack Davis trying to maintain that proximity. Hopp just on fire, on rails, killing all the outer zones. And the only thing I kind of point out with Jack Davis is his final transition. It's kind of hard to see through that smoke, but he had so the heat, the temperature inside the car, the temperature of the car is getting hotter. So it's going to be a battle of wills. As they make their way down straight, Jack Davis out front, Hopp not too far. Whoa! Brian diving in. He is in attack mode. Brian Hopp all over Jack Davis. Jack Davis putting the vehicle exactly where it needs to be. Running amazing line. Whoa! Brian Hopp on fire. He wants this championship as they make their way out of the second outside zone. Final transition. Both vehicles. Hopp diving through the smoke. Jack Davis. What an amazing lead run. Give it up for Jack Davis and Brian Hopp. Wow.
That was wild.
I just saw a tire up in the air.
Yeah, who's got a tire?
Who's got a tire? Waving
Dang.
a tire.
What a memento to take home. Listen, they eat through a lot of tires. There's a few burnt ones kicking around. I'm sure you
Look
can
at
find
this
it.
instant replay. Look at Hopp. Oh
man.
my goodness, inches away. He's making his
Look at
presence.
this.
Wow.
He's trying to rub the logo off the side.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Jack, bro, I'm right here. Tap, tap.
Yeah, absolutely wild. So great run there from both drivers. Judges having a good old chat about it, trying to figure out where. Is that it? Who said one more time? You get what you
one
want.
more time.
One more time. One more time. All right.
Jonathan Hurst, what do you call him? Pop Daddy?
Pop Daddy.
Pippity poppity all across the track. You're about ready to see it as they make their way down the straight. Jonathan out front. Taylor Hall right there, almost on his bumper. Taylor Hall diving in for the attack early. That pressure is on. We're trying to apply as much pressure on Jonathan Hurst. Jonathan doing an amazing job deep in that first outside zone as they make a transition. Taylor Hall coming through the smoke. Right, no, diving for the attack. Man, he is just trying to push. Mizzy trying to bully Jonathan Hurst, but Jonathan is not going to be bullied. Oh, Jonathan staying in it to win it. Wow, Jonathan in it to win it. He's not lifting. Never lift.
These guys are all in on these runs, and what you're looking at, this is a pro driver versus an ex-pro driver. This is, top level that you're already getting. This replay is insane. I think Taylor Hall hit Jonathan Hurst about 4 times on this run, diving in all the way through. I get why he put the Monte Carlo on top. He's got all that room now to be able to push into the side of the car. Remember that Corvette's got almost no overhang on the front of the rear, and now he's using every bit of that sheet metal to make sure he's got the proximity. But Jonathan Hurst on a complete heat here for these drivers, and here we go.
All right, Taylor Hall out front. Jonathan Hurst, he's got to be in it to win it. We know he's not going to back off. Taylor Hall already very aggressive lead run, completely filling out that first outside zone. Jonathan Hurst diving in the pocket, trying to plan his attack. Whoa! Oh my goodness! Jonathan Hurst is like, yeah, you're going to tap me? Well, I'm going to return the favor, my friend, as they make their way out of the second outside zone. Oh no! Jonathan Hurst making a little bit of a mistake in the chase position, but Taylor Hall not being phased whatsoever. My goodness. Good golly, Miss Molly.
So this is where things get really interesting. So we saw Jonathan Hurst have a bobble in the chase. Now, what the judges will be looking at is, did something happen with Taylor Hall? Because Jonathan Hurst has to mirror it, but if Taylor Hall does something where he's not in the right zone, he slows down where he's not supposed to, he over angles any of those things, Jonathan's got to adapt, but adapting may mean. And it looks like Taylor Hall is getting the win. Monte Carlo moving on. Jonathan Hurst, Pop Daddy.
Dale would be proud.
This is going to be a really, really tough battle for both of them, but this already could be lining up to be one of the best battles of the night that we're getting to see here. So Derek Madison in the lead in the white S chassis, with Jonathan Nairn falling behind in the black S chassis. Look at the dive already. Derek Madison doing a great job out in our first outside zone. Look at how deep he is all the way through that section. Now as we come through the transition, we're going to see where's Jonathan Nairn. Bit of a slower transition, getting to the side of Derek Madison, but very, very calculated. Derek Madison putting on an absolute cloud machine at the back. We got coilover depot S chassis. Now Jonathan Nairn a little bit more cautious.
Whoa, I felt that in my chest.
And
Yeah.
holy.
Wow.
Everybody go get your hearing checked after that one. I am sorry.
I mean, I swear.
Y'all signed the waiver though.
Yeah. So you're that's good.
Yeah, y'all
You
signed the
don't
waiver.
leave the track. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah. So that was a crazy run right off the bat. Listen, Jonathan Nairn not as aggressive as I was expecting.
I agree with you. I was actually going to say the same thing. I was expecting a lot more aggression in the chase position right off the bat. So I don't know, maybe he misjudged a little bit the run-up.
Yeah,
So,
could be.
yeah.
Person's going to be heads up. They're going to be as fast as you. Now you can drive on the limit all the way through, and we already seen that.
Yeah, all right, here we go. Jonathan Nairn down the straight. D-Mad, wow, D-Mad definitely looks closer in the chase position. And already D-Mad seems like he's going in for the attack as they make their way through the first outside zone. And it's not a surprise. Jonathan Nairn completely filling out that first outside zone. Both vehicles transitioning. Wow, D-Mad trying to dive into the door of Jonathan Nairn as they make their way through that second outside zone. A lot of speed, a lot of smoke, a lot of commitment. There goes smoke. Now the final transition. Oh no! Oh no! Where did D-Mad go? What? Oh my goodness. I couldn't see it in the smoke.
Yeah, this is the tough part. The nice thing is we got that drone replay that we're able to take a look at. So in this case, D-Mad's getting gapped just a little bit by Jonathan Nairn, and Derek basically makes a big dive and miscalculates it when he's in that chase position, over-rotates a little bit, and then that is all that Nairn needs right there.
Contact.
Gets into that contact, and Nairn able to get back on the throttle and swing that back out. It's the same thing we talked about before with the Taylor Hall battle. Judges. And it looks like Jonathan Nairn is going to be moving on. Derek Madison packing it in the trailer tonight.
Wow. Send it! Send it! Send in we go! We sending it as Brian's out front. Jack Davis giving chase, both drivers rocketing down. Whoa! Jack Davis kind of dropping back, but now trying to dive in for the attack. Brian on rails, completely filling out that first outside zone. Both drivers making their way through the middle of the car. Whoa! My goodness! Jack Davis just popping out through that smoke. Yeah! Pushing him around, trying to bully him around Jack. It's not phasing Brian whatsoever. Final transition. Jack Davis diving into the attack. Brian on rails, killing it. Give it up. Yeah! Look at that tire up in the air. I love it.
So this is where a chase driver tries to win from that position. You're actually kind of intimidating that lead driver. You're pushing him. You go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's like when you got that friend who doesn't want to go down the water slide and you just end up pushing him.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Jack Davis tried to do in the chase here. He's getting into the side of Brian Hopp. He's trying to push the pace. He's trying to intimidate him to get him to make a mistake. Brian Hopp, he's not gonna bow down to that. He's not gonna give in. And the hard part now is Jack Davis with an MMA fight. You've got to be able to do absolutely everything and beat that person at their own game. So now we swap them around. Jack Davis is going to be out front. Brian Hopp in the chase. Can Brian Hopp beat Jack Davis at his own game? First way into that initiation. Everything looking very, very solid. Brian Hopp right there on the side already of Jack Davis. Now they're going to transition through. Brian Hopp got to punch through that smoke. He's got to get into the side of Jack Davis. He's got to do exactly what Jack Davis did. So coming through this section, getting closer to the crowd. There he is. Brian Hopp getting right there. Oh, he misses the transition, but gets back into it. And now really getting into the side. And Brian Hopp doing exactly what Jack Davis did, just in a few different spots. We're gone.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a magic act right there.
Yep, my lungs are done. Anyways, that's where we're watching the instant replay. Jack Davis, of course, doing an amazing job on the lead run. Brian, man, he is just doing everything he needs to do to take that #1 spot. And it looks like he may have done enough, but it's going to come down to the judge's decision.
Yeah, so what they're going to look at right away is who had the better lead run, because you have a really terrible lead run, makes it harder for the chase driver. So both lead runs very comparable. And it looks like Brian Hopp is getting the win in the S chassis and moving on.
Wow.
That's a tight battle. Jack Davis should not be upset with that at all.
No, not at all. I mean, it's kind of for me and you too, because we love it. But hey, who's going to say? Anyways, we got Taylor Hall out there right now, and it do it for Dale. vehicle out there in the lead lane. Jonathan Aaron giving chase. Both drivers making their way down the straight. Taylor Hall, really quick. Jonathan Aaron has got to reel him in. Oh no!
Gosh.
Oh, you kidding me? Oh no! Oh my goodness! What just happened? What just happened? I don't even. It's almost like Jonathan Aaron was like, he was kind of far back and he just hit that teleport button and he teleported right into the wall. He just like, oh my goodness.
All right, first and foremost, obviously, we want to make sure Jonathan Aaron is okay. That was a big hit, and he rode that wall all the way around. That was big. That's got to be, that's got to be 70 miles an hour going into that concrete barrier. Now, these drift cars are built incredibly stout. They're all rocking, 8-point cages at this point. They've got Hans devices. They have what's called an anti-intrusion bar to make sure the wheels don't come through the footwell. There's a lot going on, but yeah. The X-Pro versus the Pro Spec driver is our other top 4 battle, and the loser of that will take 3rd place because Jonathan Aaron not able to make it back out.
Yeah, what a shame. But right now, Taylor Hole just kind of moseying down the course, using this as a maybe a little last-minute dial-in, go around the track, one little practice session. But with him, practice is usually pretty aggressive as well.
Yeah.
As he makes
360.
360.
There we
putting
go.
On a show for the fans. Little 360 drift action. Give it up for Taylor Hole. Do it for Dale. As he makes his way off the course, takes a cone with him. Nice.
Corvette, Brian Hopalamazian in the S13, falling in behind, and this is it for our top 4. Dirt Stratton out front in that Corvette. See what he's got, doing a big initiation on the wall, forgetting everything he saw in the battle before. But look at Brian Hop, able to get all the way out, trying to hunt down Dirt Stratton. He's punching all those cones around. Look at that transition from Brian Hop, able to now start to hunt down the side of Dirt Stratton through outside zone 2. Now he's getting that go-go juice going, but Brian Hop going a bit wide. Cutting the line to get inside of the Corvette. Can he hold it there? Coming around the
Wow!
Holy!
Yeah. Oh, that is, dude, every time it goes around, I get goosebumps, right?
And you're kind of waiting to see the underside of the car go by, right?
Anyways, as we're watching this replay, Dirt Stratton really filling out all the zones, but my goodness, Brian all over him. Brian and Rice mostly around the track as they attack that second outside zone. But a little tap there from Hop in the chase position. Dirt Stratton really on rails, kind of a little shallow. Lesser horsepower, yeah, we're having a good time. Really building the foundation of the drift world. These guys are showing full circle what it's like to go out there lap after lap. Dirt Stratton and Brian Hop making their way down the straight. Brian out front, tapping that left foot brake on initiation. Dirt Stratton trying to dive in for the attack early. He knows he's got to put it all on the line. He's got to be all over Brian Hop, and he poked
Oh!
Oh no! Oh no! Oh my goodness! Dirt Stratton coming in a little too hot. And Brian Hop making his way off the track. Give it up for Brian Hop and Dirt Stratton. Wow, I mean, he had to be aggressive. He had to put it on the line, but just a little too much.
And this is it. This is drifting on a knife edge all the way through. You know you've got to dive. You've got to do something crazy. You are fully aware of how much that car is pulling away from you, and you go for it. You just try something different, and that's it. Dirt Stratton makes that dive in outside zone 2. Gets a little bit too close, and then after that, Brian Hop has got that clear run out. Well, Dirt Stratton has got to play catch-up just to try and get back into the battle, cutting a ton of line. Okay, I got a decision.
Go for, what do you think? So
I think a bunch of you are going to be pretty happy. Brian Hop is getting the win.
Make some noise.
I know it's not one more time, but hey. All right, wow, that is a tough call. I'm seeing the visor go down. Dirt Stratton, what's going on here? This is not written out.
Yeah. Well, maybe it's just like, hey, listen,
my run.
Yeah, give me my run.
This is going to be his buy run. He should have faced Jonathan Nairn, but
right.
not able to get around. Dirt Stratton thrown on party mode. And let's see if he's got any tire left for this.
Just laying down that hammer. One last run. Give it up for Dirt Stratton, everybody, as he makes his way up the course. Make some noise. One of the drivers that love to hear the crowds. Come on, guys, make some noise. Send it.
Send it. Send it.
All right. All right, and away we go. Brian Hop out front. Taylor Hall, this is your final 2 gentlemen out there battling. Taylor Hall coming in hard right away as he's trying to apply all that pressure. Brian Hopp doing an amazing job, completely filling out the outside zone. Both drives, oh my goodness. Taylor Hall, he is just pushing Brian Hopp all around the track. It's absolute carnage. It's absolutely crazy. This is just sheer pandemonium. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say. Give it up for Brian Hopp and Taylor Hall. I got a little carried away.
I know, it's all good. It's all good. You went back to the WWE roots on that
one.
Pandemonium, baby.
Yeah, brother.
What a crazy battle right off this. So Brian Hopp in the lead. Taylor Hall following in behind. Hopp initiates right on the wall. Look at, he's grinding the wall through a good chunk of that. And then Taylor Hall, I mean, he's not backing down at any point. Pulling the Intimidator.
Yeah.
He in the chase. He's hunting him. And look at this. Trying to get into the side of Brian Hopp, using a bit of left foot brake to hold that car all the way through the zone. For this! Here we go! Taylor Hall out front, Brian Hopp in the chase. Let's see, can this Monte Carlo hang, or is it the import, the S chassis? Able to sling things across. Taylor Hall doing a great job to that first outside zone. Now Brian Hopp dialing things in. Look at the speed he's got through the transition. Brian Hopp into the side. Can he hang on to it? He's got to fight back. Taylor Hall now got a demanding lead over Brian Hopp. Transition.
Oh, yeah, he's made it! Yeah! Oh, that is just so
Let's
exciting.
Go!
Woo, I am pumped.
That is drifting at its best, baby!
Wow, nobody is just letting it go. I mean, they're all in it.
Now, this is what you want to do in the finals. You lay it all out, you leave it in the judge. You know what? I'm just going to beat the heck out of the car in front of me and see who is able to outlast. Look at Brian Hopp makes 3 dives in this run. He makes contact on every single one of them. He is just trying to beat down Taylor Hall. Cuts the line and just hits him.
Absolutely amazing.
God. All right, here we go. We got our trophies ready. In 3rd place, as you know, Mr. Dirk Stratton.
Make some noise.
Battled hard. I mean, making that dive, going all out to do this. And now it comes down to the finals. This was a tough decision. Both drivers walking away. I can't say you walking away unscathed because those cars took some damage on that last run. That was crazy. So your winner with an LS, Taylor Hall.
All right, give it up for Taylor Hall, our LS Fest East 2025 champion.
And that means in 2nd place, Brian Hopp-Alamazian. What a crazy night for him. This was nuts, dude. I mean, dude, I had such a blast. You guys have fun tonight? Oh, come on. Do you love drifting? There we go.
Absolutely amazing. And, you know, the action's not done yet.
No. Now, while we got this going on, Burnout War is going to be setting up, so don't go anywhere. This thing is just still yet to go crazy. Taylor Hall, big family hugs. I mean, this is so great.
It's absolutely amazing. Year after year, LS Fest does not disappoint with the biggest and baddest event of the year here at Beach Bend Raceway in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And I wouldn't want to be anywhere else.
No, absolutely loving it. So, yeah, for me, I mean, Tim, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure working with you. I'm stoked. I mean, maybe this is a new thing.
I hope so. Hey, I feel good chemistry.
This is good. This
is our first date.
I mean, 2nd date now.
Oh, yeah,
that was last night, so we're good. But yeah, thank you again, everybody. This was my first LS Fest, and I'm hooked. I'm ready to come back. Can we do another one tomorrow?
Let's go for it.
I'm loving this. It's incredible. But yeah, once again, thank you so much, everybody at Holley, everybody here at Beach Bend Raceway, to you, all the fans. Big round of applause for you fans for sticking it out through the rain, through the cold. Thank you so much. This has been incredible. Tim, any final closing words?
Just basically, these guys are going to go out there. They're going to just kind of just hang out here. They're going to do some celebratory donuts. I don't want you to go anywhere, but what I do want you, I want you to get on, like, share, subscribe, take pictures. Make sure that you are supporting the drift community. Once again, great night. I couldn't be happier. Couldn't have turned out better. Guys, don't go anywhere. We do have the Burma competition. But again, Holley LS Fest 2025, the biggest, the baddest, and we're out.
Thank you so much.